Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
Hey, this thing on? Hello, testing.
No debate, cause they saw. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant.
What's up, Twitter world? There's my little OJ.
He's got an autographed OJ photo.
Has anybody heard the story about the Glizzy guy?
He fits today's generation.
Oh yeah, speaking of lady basketball players, Lola Bunny, bonkable. Yes or no?
Is he going to mute me? Oh, there it goes. Woohoo! Ladies and gentlemen, it wouldn't be a Korner Booth podcast without some technical difficulties to start. Ladies and gentlemen, we turned 6. The Korner Booth podcast is officially 6 years old this week. It's kind of an awesome thing, honestly. I kind of started this off of a whim with a buddy of mine, Mark Riley. Shout out to one of Philadelphia's finest there. Did not think it was going to make it past a year or 6 months. And 400 episodes live and pre-recorded later, we are here. And, of course, we're having issues with everyone's laptops and internets. But you know what? Honestly, that's perfect. That's the way we've always kind of operated. We've always had technical difficulties to overcome. I forgot to turn my backlight on once again, just like I did on Tuesday's episode. So, you know what? We're here. We're having a good time. Almost full house tonight. Chris is boots on the ground for tonight's Thursday night football game. Eagles and Commanders live from Philadelphia. Unlike Matt, he will probably not check in for obvious tailgating reasons. But that being said, we wish Chris a happy and fun time there at the game. And hopefully his team wins. That being said, gentlemen, we got a good show tonight. Obviously joining me right now for my main man, my co-host. He's been here with me for now almost 3 years now. He is a Jets fan, a Knicks fan, and, of course, a diehard Yankee fan. And just like me, just a morning LSU. He's a morning LSU Tiger fan. I am a morning Miami fan. That is why my title today is Mr. Worst Bye Week in the CFB. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Ordazzo. By the way, if you're asking about his name, it's an inside joke from our last episode where Nate didn't understand all the inappropriate innuendos you're making about the word box because Nate's so innocent and pure.
Yeah, I'm just here waiting for the Colts guy to drop the this is our Colts anthem for the week with the Jets Colts. I just want to hear it. That's all I'm here for. I'm not even excited for the game. It's a bunch of 3-7 teams, but I just want to hear what this guy's little anthem's going to be for this week's. Maybe DJ already knows what it is when he comes on. Maybe he'll have that already ready to go.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait. Honestly, I really can't. I know you're going to I know I'm going to get a text from you the second it happens. Like, hey, did you see it? And I'll be like, I'm kind of mad we're not okay, is it weird? I'm kind of mad we're not playing the Colts this year for the obvious fact, besides the fact they're terrible. Like, I kind of wanted this dude to write a diss track about the Eagles. And have come out and like try to like sumoplex him or something.
I'm upset because this started off as like, this is terrible. Like, I'm laughing at it, and now I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for this guy to put out the next week's anthem. I just love listening to it now. I think it's just the cringe of it. And I'm like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, it's
where is it, my guy? It's almost Friday.
I know,
need this to come out. What if he posts on specific days?
Yeah. I mean, he's probably going to post it Friday. I just am still loving how he had, like, the Colts cheerleaders. Like, that, I was like, all right, respect, dude.
But, that was awesome. Oh, all right. All right. I think I figured it out. I saw 2 of his posts were 1 week apart of each, and I'm going to now find out. It's Fridays. Yep. Because he posted on October 25th and then on November 1st, and those are a Friday. So tomorrow we should be getting the Jets Colts anthem.
Nice. I love it. All right. We also have somebody returning back for the first time in 3 weeks. This gentleman is a diehard Giants and Yankees fan. His college football allegiance has not been decided yet. He does have a Travis Hunter jersey. He is our betting specialist. He is also one of the most chill and relaxed people on the show I know, and has sparked Nate to make a lot of racial jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, my man, Don Piscatelli.
What's going on, boys?
How you doing, bud? Welcome back.
How's it going? How's the last? When's the last time I've been on? Like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, right before Halloween.
Yeah, it's been a while.
This is the first show you and Matt have done together in almost a month.
Yeah, it's been a
I've
while.
only done one, so I missed
Yeah,
a few.
one. It was literally the first show, and then Matt went on his little hiatus, and then Dom went on his, and now Chris is going. We haven't had all five on the live show yet. It's crazy, but it's okay. It's, you know what, we'll make it work. Speaking of make it work, the guy who makes everything work in the background is in the back today. Our producer extraordinaire, the Wonder Kid, who I'm worried he's got his hood up, so it's Dark Side Nate today. Yep, always will be Dark Side Nate.
It's freaking cold, man. I don't know if y'all can see, but it's gloomy
You're
outside.
in California. How cold could it be?
I'm cold, fool. Sorry.
I
it
forgot.
38
You weigh
degrees?
110 pounds soaking wet. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Sorry.
I got 38 degrees, Nate.
No, sir.
Yeah, my job site this morning,
No.
Nate, it was 24 degrees when I started, when I got the Kubota up and running to start moving.
It
dirt.
is 38 right now.
I was
They just
going to
opened
help.
that
I
up
was
and
helping
then-
a friend in Newtown today. I was driving around on their Kubota, moving dirt around, and I'm like, damn, it's cold out this morning. I got my Carhartt jacket on. By the way, this might be the most, I don't know, our next guest might be able to help me because he's from the Great White North. He can tell us what actual cold is. But
That's fair.
he might be away in this too. How redneck is a brown Carhartt jacket with a mossy oak lining? How redneck is that on a scale of 1 to 10?
Mossy oak lining.
You know, like the camo company?
Oh, it's like a printed lining inside.
Yeah, it's like a printed warm
yeah.
weather, cold weather
Yeah,
lining inside.
That's I give it like that's probably like an 8.8.
All right. Don, Dom, you've seen this
got-
jacket.
I got a brown Carhartt jacket I could throw on right
Yeah,
now.
but
too.
is it lined with mossy oak like the camo
No,
like I
it's
was wearing to the bar on Friday? No?
not that
Okay.
redneck?
Uh-huh. Yes, and I've now checked something off. I bought a long sleeve camo shirt. I have now worn it with basketball shorts, and I've now worn it with cowboy boots to a bar. I'm officially a full tilt hick, and it is no stopping me now.
If you can wear that shirt under that Carhartt jacket with your boots and your cowboy hat, you will be an extra on Yellowstone.
I'm with it. You know, I haven't watched a new episode yet, so I'm a little nervous.
Oh, it's I
know about the surprise because TikTok sucks. But
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, some person who does not suck, even though his country does. He is my favorite Canadian. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a Yankees and Trojans fan. He's one of the funniest dudes I know, and still is one of the funniest live moment takes on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, host of the 1420 Sports Bar, Brett Linsky.
I cannot believe you would lead off. Like last time I was on, you basically said like I was like ninth in line to be on a guest. Then today you lead off that the country sucks. And then when I was in the green room, you're talking about how cold it is up here. Where like it was like you said it was 38. It was 54 degrees here today, and that is very hit.
Where do you live in again?
I live in southern Alberta. I'm just above Montana. It's nice here. It was nice. It's a nice day.
What is up with the northeastern weather? And first of all, the last time you were on, I did not want to bother you, but I was desperate. I'm like, let's see if Brent's available.
You're digging yourself a big hole. I was desperate, so then I called you. That's even worse, man. Quit digging the hole. Quit digging the hole. I forgave. I've forgiven you, but I will never forget. We're good. We're good.
You forget what the real economy is before Trudeau took over?
Matt, great shirt. Team stakes. Love it. Go OJ. And too bad about the Yankees. We'll talk about that later on, I'm sure.
Yeah. It goes with the whole trend. Yeah. Trojans suck, Jets suck.
Everything sucks. Yeah.
I hate
Juan
baseball.
Soto to the A's, boys. Yeah.
If Juan Soto signs to the A's, I will shave my head.
Juan
and
Soto's going to go to the A's to play in front of 12,000 people for like how many years now?
I tried it myself on MLB The Show. 16 years, 600 million does the trick. It does the trick.
Sounds about right. But
Yeah.
That's all right.
I'm a
I
real
already
GM.
deleted MLB The Show. It's like my Diamondbacks choked away the playoffs. It was like, all right, it's football and basketball season. And then the team I hate the most in professional sports won another championships, and I cannot say they only have a Mickey Mouse title to their name since I've been born. So, my ripping of the Yankees will continue until they redeem themselves in my eyes. And then Matt had the balls to say Christian Walker to the Yankees. I called them a bunch of overpaid, underperforming losers. And
I just said there was rumors flying
do
around.
not go after my boy Christian Walker. He's special.
As in Olympics? Yeah, special.
No, as in he owns the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium. Like he might as well have real estate out there.
I saw the Diamondbacks may trade Montgomery.
And I also saw that and almost did a cartwheel at my buddy's house. I was sitting there like moving dirt around and I saw that update. I almost like did a cartwheel down the driveway. I was like, I can't wait for Fat Boy to get traded. And this is not referring to his weight, not referring to how he look. He just carries himself like he's overweight and out of shape. He was in the Diamondbacks bullpen while I was at the Diamondbacks Red Sox game like 3 months ago. And I said to my dad, you see that weenie number 52? I hate him. He literally is ripping us off for $28 million to be a long reliever, and we can't even have him do that because he might give up 4 home runs. And my dad goes, you really don't like him, do you? I'm like, I hate Fat Boy. And he goes, why do you call him Fat Boy? I'm like, it's not even because he's big, because I think I weigh more than him, and I'm about 3 inches shorter. It's because he looks so out of shape when he's on the mound. I at least try to handle myself like I am in a little better shape than I really am. Even though I know I got some weight to lose, I call him that because the way he operates. He's a professional athlete.
In your defense, when he was with us, that chin did not connect to the neck that much. He's gotten big.
Yeah, he's put on a few LBs. There's no getting around that. I'd like to see a side by each, though, of you with your cowboy hat on, cowboy boots, a pair of shorts, and a Carhartt / camo jacket sported out there doing cartwheels. Now that's a Kodak moment if I ever seen one.
All right, hey Brett, I'll tell you this: if my Hurricanes win the national title this year, I will do that just for you.
So I won't see that. But whatever.
Hey, whoa! Oh, you're getting personal now.
Well,
I mean, listen.
Canada suck.
Besides Oregon,
back a little bit.
Going to beat them. Who is going to actually beat them 10 out of 10 times? That's the thing. I said this is the perfect year for any team to win. Your Indiana's, your let's not say BYU. Indiana's, your Oregon's, your Ohio State. All these teams have a great shot. One, because the SEC is literally a gladiator fight. They're literally trying to kill each other. You only really have one dominant team. That's Oregon, and Ohio State only lost them because Will Howard forgot what a play clock was, and besides that, Penn State's a joke. They couldn't even score in the red zone when they had the ball in there. So, you're really starting to eliminate a lot of teams. What's Miami's biggest knock? Their defense didn't know how to adjust to a sweep. I guarantee Mario Cristobal made the freaking DC run sprints during practice this week. So, it's whatever. Honestly, this is going to be the most – you tell me who the national title is that's not Oregon or State. I'll open it up to you.
Can I bother you, boss, real quick? So a question. This has been on my mind since this morning for some reason. How did you become a fan of the University of Miami and also the Eagles since they play tonight too? If you don't mind me asking, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt's heard the story 4,000 times.
Oh, sorry, Matt. 4,001.
All right. The Hurricanes, I never really had a college team growing up. I went to a D2 school as well, so that didn't help me. I liked Oregon because I liked Marcus Mariota, Michael James, Jeremiah Masoli, Kenyon Barner. I loved all those guys. Dennis Dixon, Jamal Stewart. I'm sorry, Jonathan Stewart. But I never really liked the team. Like if Oregon lost, I'd be pissed. But I'd be like, yeah, it's not my Eagles, Timberwolves, or Diamondbacks or North Carolina basketball. But I never really could like North Carolina football. Like I was just kind of never really did anything for me. North Carolina basketball I've liked since I believe Antoine Jameson was still playing there. So we're going back to 2002, 2001. So I was in college doing meal prepping, home alone. There was no games on. It was like a weird. Oh no, you know what it was? It was that weird hour between like the Sunday night game and the America's game of the week. That weird hour you have nothing to watch. So I had the U Part 1 on. And I was like, oh, I forgot how much I love these documentaries. Then I watched the U Part 2. And I'm just like, I've always liked Miami. I always liked all their players. Like Ray Lewis and Ed Reed are two of my favorite players of all time, not Eagles. Love Andre Johnson. Love Willis McGahee. I could just keep going down the list of guys. And I was the Rock. And I'm just like,
The Rock.
why did you become a Miami fan? Like, why am I trying to like reinvent the wheel here? And I was like, oh, let me try it out. Their first game as a Miami fan, they got beaten by Deshaun Watson and Clemson like they were a bad masseuse, 56-10. And that's when Al Golden got fired. Their second game, my second game as a Miami fan, was the 12 lateral kickoff return for a game-winning touchdown. That was my second game as a Miami fan. So basically, I was hooked with the up and down drama. Being the Eagles fan thing was funny because my dad was a Vikings fan because he loved Frank Tarkenton growing up. My mom grew up in Jersey, but she was not really a Giants fan. She kind of went to games, but she didn't really care. So I really was kind of a free agent and I loved football as a kid. Like I liked. My first game I remember was the Patriots and Rams with Vinatieri knocking the game winner. But I really never had a team, and so my favorite color was green. And if you guys remember the NFL team pencils that the teachers used to give out for the reading initiative from the NFL, I wanted a green one. So basically, I was shooting out of three. I was either shooting Jags, Eagles, or Jets, and I picked Eagles just randomly. And I watched one game that weekend. Saw McNabb throw for like 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Watched Dawkins deck some dude over the middle. Deuce Staley, all these guys. And I was like, all right, I'm an Eagles fan. And then it just progressively became more and more of a problem addiction that I'll never be able to shake. And it was cemented for life when I had to be tortured by my friends watching Eagles-Giants when the Giants were kicking the Eagles' head in. And then Michael Vick, Jeremy Maclin, and Sean McCoy, and D-Jack just kind of led one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history, cementing Miracle at the Meadowlands 2, which basically meant that I was going to either have it tattooed on my body or on my headstone when I died that I was an Eagles fan. So that is why, Nate, I am an Eagles and a Hurricanes fan. I hate repeating these stories because I feel like it bores the hell out of everybody. But that is why.
I would recommend getting that on your headstone because if you get it tattooed on you, nobody's going to see it if you're dead.
Longer term. Think long term, Matt. You're right. Long term
investment. I love it. All right. Brent, I'm gonna stop dissing your country tonight. I feel bad.
Oh no, it's fine.
Yeah. It's not even your country because I think your country is absolutely gorgeous and I love the people of your country. I just hate your government. That's all I do.
We just don't pay attention.
Wait, what's wrong with the governor?
Government.
Oh,
Nate, I don't have enough time to explain to you why I am not a fan of the
on today's episode of Politics with Jared.
No, I'm not trying to get us canceled.
Hey, it's worth a try.
We're still streaming on YouTube, who leans to a certain direction that I am not when it comes to politics. Not trying to get canceled. We're not in power yet.
If it's any consolation, I don't pay attention. I'm too busy.
Let's name who we voted for. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm just playing.
Nate, I'm putting you in the box real fast.
I couldn't, so I don't have to answer. Right?
I wish there was an Asian president, bro. For real, it's always like I swear.
I'm waiting for a joke. My hands on the trigger, Nate. You do it.
I'm telling you, man. Well, eventually, I'll think of something. But I'm just saying, like, we need an Asian president, bro. It's always like Caucasians or like African Americans, bro. Where's the
always
one?
Quit it. Always.
Listen.
Like I'm okay.
For 2 others. Okay.
I'm the oldest one of the bunch here. Always, Nate. Like how you've seen what 3 presidents? So like 1 out of 3.
This is
okay.
We just elected 47th president.
Well, yeah. Listen, there's always been jokes about Bill Clinton being the first black president or Trump being the second. So it's kind of really funny how they made that joke. My favorite was they tried to say Trump was the second black president because he had a felony rap sheet and like 3 different baby mamas. I was like, that's so messed up. On so many levels.
40 6 current presidents minus we didn't have the other one come in yet, but we've only had 1 minority president.
All of them. All of them.
Hey Don, we coming, bro. Just wait, bro.
I mean, unless they want to actually,
Mr. Chang or something, bro. Like Jonathan Chang will be running like 2028 or something, bro. Real talk.
Nate, I'm not taking blame for your shit anymore. Your mother is gonna watch this show one day and scream at you, and blame me. I'm not taking the blame from Nate's mom. Okay, we're not doing it. I'm not the reason he is the way he is. Dark Nate is his own creation.
Hey man, this podcast is changing, man.
It is literally like the cast of Ted Lasso. He literally is turning into Nate from Ted Lasso.
He was such an a-hole, bro, for real. Man, I swear to God.
Yeah, he was.
Dude, some of the things you put in the group chat, I'm like a little like, damn, dude.
Did you? I've only thought about this because I saw Nate deck down in athletics gear. But have we all heard that the Tampa Bay Rays are going to be playing their games at Steinbrenner Field next year? And
little fella.
Hey, it's good for the Rays because now they can actually maybe sell out a stadium.
Yeah.
This only has like 11,000 capacity. Rough. Maybe now they can actually sell out a game.
Oh my lord, that is so rough.
I love that.
That's so
and we're gonna make. I think
you can stay over.
Yeah, I think they're paying us $15 million for it too.
Jesus.
I love it. It's literally like
it in with 10,000.
It is literally like your ex-wife leaves you, starts dating another guy, but then you have to pay them rent to sleep in their guest house.
Yeah, it's an embarrassment. It's an unfortunate set of circumstances, but
like a plot line on Seinfeld or something. I can't remember. Oh my lord, or like Entourage or something ridiculous. But either way, that is a crazy scenario. I'm not ready for it to be baseball season yet. I still have to wipe the bad taste of that season out of my mouth. That was awful. There's not enough whiskey and vodka and beer in the world to make that season okay. Actually, no. I take that back. The first 7 months of this season of the MLB was amazing. It was the last month and then the playoffs that I want to erase from my brain.
The average attendance for Tampa Bay Rays games in 2024 was 16,515. What's the capacity
of Steinbrenner or
Tropicana? Capacity of Steinbrenner Field is 11,026. So they can actually sell out a game.
They'll do okay.
I also feel like they may try to like maybe add some temporary bleachers or something. That seems like definitely something they try to do.
What are they going to do? Put people in it? They can't
because that's tickets sold. That's not butts and seats, right? Or tickets given away or whatever it is to radio stations. KNBR. Here's 3 tickets. Get a free hot dog or whatever.
Hey, listen, next time I'm down in Tampa, I will happily go see a game at Steinbrenner Field. Go see Rays, and I think my Diamondbacks actually play the Rays next year.
Maybe they'll do a $1 beer promotion.
Oh, that would be a bad idea in Florida.
A lot of bad ideas in Florida. For bad ideas, go to Flourish.
No, that's called Congress.
Oh.
Politics. That joke's apolitical because I was not making a dig at either side. That was just a joke.
All right. You like blue or red, Jared?
Shut up, Nate.
Jesus.
Just poke Nate, there, hey. Really? So fast. See, I've had Nate on my show a few times. Polite, nice. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, with you, he just pokes, hey. Just digs just enough just to get you going. And you bite every time, eh? Littleish fish hook just pulls you right off the screen.
Hey, the best part is you just said A in the middle of that explanation. We just made me love it. Oh, you're my favorite Canadian, buddy.
Nate's like SpongeBob. Nate's like SpongeBob in that episode where Sandy Cheeks tells him not to press any buttons, and he goes in her spaceship and presses the button or whatever, and then they just launch. That's Nate.
Nate is just literally like that mischievous little brother we've all needed in our lives.
Yeah,
I'm proud to be that, man. Speaking of Sandy Cheeks,
who wasn't?
I tell you, man.
Just stop it. No more Chris moments, okay? We already had this happen once.
What do you mean? Hey, what Matt brought up Sandy Cheeks. I'm just saying, Sandy Cheeks. You know how they have that what's it called, that trend right now on social media? The "Hear Me Out" cake.
That is
no.
Good Lord, damn, man. Y'all behind, man.
I
I'm gonna pass next to the next person here. I'm good.
I'm gonna just whatever that is. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah,
Not like as in did I know about it. I'm just gonna say my answer to whatever it is no.
No, damn.
So, fellas, I never thought Ashley was gonna talk about this, but I got invited to a Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight party tomorrow. I'm actually I bought some mini cigars. I made chips and I made some guac, my world famous guac, and then I also had some fried pickles left over from something, so I am defrosting them right now. I'm going ham for this. My boss, not my boss. Sorry, I can't my boss. He's just my buddy who just needs some help on his property. My buddy was like, dude, what do you think of this fight? I'm like, I'm excited for the Jake Paul Tyson fight now.
Yeah, man.
I mean, like, listen, like, I think it's gonna go two different directions. Tyson is it's gonna be like kind of like the John Jones Cormier fight back in 2017, where Cormier is gonna look like they're winning the fight. Cormier Paul is gonna win the fight the whole time, and then they're gonna make one mistake, and Mike Tyson, John Jones, is just going to pounce on him like a great white shark going after a seal, and it's just going to be brutal. Like, Paul's going to make one miss, and Tyson's going to catch him and knock him back, and it's going to be a wrap. Or Jake Paul's going to dance with him and just, like, kind of rope-a-dope his whole way through it, take shots, do the Mayweather kind of thing, and by the end of it, Tyson's shot, and Paul can take it, either knock him out or just outlast him and win by decision.
That's Could you beat Jake Paul?
What?
Could you beat Jake Paul, boss?
Well, since I'm trying to get a job at this company, I will say no. But the thing is, like, I'll look at it from this perspective. I've seen Jake Paul box now twice. Don't ask me why I had to watch the first fight. The first fight was abysmal. He's got the training. He looks the part. He's only fought one real boxer so far in Tommy Fury. I'd love to see him fight Tyson Fury. I'd like to see him fight Canelo.
Tommy Fury messed him up.
Tommy Fury screwed him up, man. But I will give it this. Jake Paul may get in the ring. He's knocking me out in about maybe 2 minutes. I might get one or two clean shots on him, and I'm done. I'm not much of a boxer, to say the least. I might get one shot on him, and it would be like a rib shot, and then I get killed. So I will say it's going to be a fun fight, though. This is my first time I'm actually watching Mike Tyson fight that it wasn't a replay on, like, ESPN Classic. Remember ESPN Classic, boys?
Man, I'm old.
I saw his exhibition.
Y'all some old people. Damn, man.
He had an exhibition fight with Jones Jr. years back. I saw that one.
But 5 years ago, I think that one was there, yeah. No, I'm a boxing guy from way back. Like, Tyson in his heyday, like, it was unbelievable to watch.
I just remember watching a
fight.
So
I'm really hoping that Tyson gets a couple good shots and wins this thing in old school Tyson fashion. Couple rounds and baddest man on the planet. Like, go out on a high note. Like, I'd like to see that.
Is it weird? I kind of want like one of those like old school Ronda Rousey fights where it's like ding ding, two swings and Jake Paul's out.
Oh, I love that. Like, I think he would love that. He's like 50.
Oh my god, dude! Like, Matt, like, honestly, Matt, you were with me in that Rousey fight. 9 seconds. Me and Matt and our boy were waiting like 30 minutes to get in the beat-ups. We sat down. We hadn't even ordered our food. We used to order drinks, and we're sitting there, sophomores in college. We look up, fight's over, and we're like, "What?"
Yeah, that was
we ended up staying for like another hour because we had to wait for our food. We were just like, "This is." I'm kind of hoping. I mean, because honestly, I was just hanging with my friends at that point. But like, I'm kind of hoping Tyson just walks in, Paul just misses or like hits him, and it does nothing, and then Tyson just clocks him. But they're gonna try to drag this out. Mike Tyson probably needs the money, and Jake Paul needs the football.
I don't think he does. I think he's okay.
I think he just likes doing this.
Yeah.
There's just something not right about that man mentally, and I think that is why he's fighting right now.
Do you guys think he's good or not?
I saw a quote the other day.
Tyson or
Paul?
Paul, I think Paul is very athletic. I think he's very talented. I think if you put him in the boxing world and said you were going to fight only, like you would put him in like the boxing league and you were like, you're only going to box, you're only going to fight boxers, you're going to do by the boxing league rules and everything. I don't think he would be that impressive of a fighter. I think he'd be like a middle of the pack guy. I think the only reason why he's having the success that he has the record that he has, he's fighting old, retired MMA fighters. Ben Askren is not a ground and pound kind of guy. Tyron Woodley is not a boxer.
Tyron Woodley also is Nate's height.
Yeah.
He's tiny.
Nate Robinson was half of his height and is a basketball player. Like you really got to think about the guys that he's fighting and he's beating are all either old retired mixed martial art fighters or a 5'6" basketball player.
It's gimmick fights.
This is he had one boxing fight against an actual boxer and he got embarrassed. I think that would be the trend if he fought straight boxers only. So this is why I'm very interested in this fight. However, it's important to remember Mike Tyson is also double his age almost. So that's a big factor. I mean, I know he's Mike Tyson, but he's also like probably a few years away from 60.
Give him credit. I watched him train of a couple of videos of him training the other day. I was like, for this fight, I was like,
yeah, he looks good.
Good Lord, man. He looks like just a very aged version of out of prison Mike Tyson. Like, I don't remember who the hell he fought. Brett, maybe you can tell me. His first fight out of prison when he absolutely murdered the dude he was boxing.
Peter McNeely, 1996.
Okay, they were talking about this on Rogan. I remember this now. And Mike Tyson just walks out, and I saw the replay on this was on like YouTube or whatever because I heard Rogan talking about it when I was at work like a year ago, and I start like looking up on the YouTube while I'm on my desk, and I'm like, oh my God. It looked like a gladiator fight. Like he just walked in, hitting his gloves, and just started wailing on him. I'm like that. And I guess the bet he looked like almost like the thing I was gonna say is like an NFL fullback. Like he looked ready to hurt somebody. It was
when he was in his prime, like when he like 1989, I think, when he beat Leon Spinks in 93 seconds. Like it was just over. It was just over. And Spinks like, I'm not getting hit again. I'm not getting up. I've had enough. I'm not doing this anymore. Like he was such a killer. It was unbelievable. I mean, he got a little rambunctious a few times, but a few bad decisions in the early 90s there. But
who hasn't made bad decisions?
Yeah. Well, he did join D-Generation X, so
yeah, a lot was going on there, and he's lucky to reach Keen.
Speaking of a lot going on here, we got another guest coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Our resident, I guess he's our sixth wheel now that Dom's here. He is one of our good friends. He hosts Hilo Sports with that gambling. How are we going to classify this now, Matt? Because Kelsey literally has tried to torpedo every parlay we've all had on our shows. He's given each of us at least one bad beat at least once. I'd say he's a gamble. I wouldn't call him nah, it's fucked up. Anyway, DJ is one of our good friends. He is Hunter Renfro's stunt double, and he a pretty smart football guy. I compared him to the Neuralink Daniel Jeremiah at one point. So, ladies and gentlemen, his initials are also DJ Stewart.
How's it going, fellas? Happy Thursday.
Thank you, sir.
DJ, can you sing the cult song for us?
When you pay your fantasy football buy-in, I'll consider it.
In the box. I can say this. I saw DJ $5 too, so I'm not gonna like act like I'm all high and mighty.
Okay, first of all, it's 10. Second of all, yes.
Well, it's okay. I just I sold a few items this week. Was able to make some money. I will send you my.
Well, geez, now you make me feel like a jerk. You have to sell stuff to pay. It can wait a minute. I mean, we have.
It's called. I'm trying to find a job, man, but I'm okay. Trust me. I was smart about like going into unemployment. I'm good. It's fine. I'm honestly doing just.
You want my Venmo? You can scan it through the screen.
Nate, I hate your Venmo. Last night was effing ridiculous.
I refunded everyone back their money anyways. The software sucks. So.
It's okay.
My Venmo, the picture.
Oh, by the way, Chris gave us his. Before we get into it, Chris gave us his first touchdown bet of the night. He says on his birthday he wants this guy first touchdown. Here we go. Chris Lipoff's first touchdown of the day. Devontae Smith, birthday boy. So he also owns the Commanders. So I think it's the perfect time to talk about Thursday Night Football. That would be Commanders visiting the beautiful city of Philadelphia, taking on the division-leading Philadelphia Eagles, two of the hottest teams in the NFC right now. Commanders did come off of a rough, heart-wrenching loss to the other team in Pennsylvania, the Steelers. Honestly, I was very impressed with Commanders last week. They hung in that game, but they showed their youth and lack of experience in key moments, especially like the last play, Russell Wilson drawing them off sides on 4th and 1. I watched Russ get a couple of good throws off. They were missing spots in coverage. They kept Jaden Daniels. By the way, first time all season he's been under 10. He's in single digits for points for fantasy. CJ Stroud had more points, and he threw 2 interceptions and a fumble. So, I mean, or maybe 3. I don't remember. He had a horrible game on Sunday night. Anyway, this game is going to be awesome. The best way I can summarize it is that I'm interested to see what Commanders team shows up. Is it the thorn in the Philadelphia Eagles side that has been there for the last couple of years, where this game is going to go on to the wire? Terry McLaurin lights up a secondary for like 200 yards, or Cam Sims, or I don't even know. Noah Brown does something crazy. I don't even know Cam Sims in the NFL anymore. And like Zach Ertz gets his revenge, or we're going to have a old school Philly beatdown. It's going to be an interesting game. Brent, what do you think about this game so far?
I think this is one that Philly needs to win, just because you don't want a young team with a young quarterback to get any more confidence. And Philly, they're 7-2, but who they really beat? They got. I'm not being hard on you at all, but I'm just like you beat the Giants, you beat Dallas, whatever. But this is a game that I think that Philly needs to win more so, and then on Philly's side is to maybe put a little more separation in the division as well. Like I think it's a bigger game for Philly than it is for Washington.
I would say I'll put devil's advocate here only because I think Philadelphia to me has an interesting back end of the schedule. They do have to play Baltimore and Pittsburgh, but I think we'll see as we're going forward.
And you can only beat who you play. Like it's not their fault.
Exactly.
Right?
So the thing is,
you
like,
just got to make sure you take care of business as well. Right?
Also beat Green Bay, who everyone is considering a top 5 team still, or top 10 team. They did take out the Bengals, who are surging, and honestly have been playing well since the Eagles beat them. If it wasn't for one phantom face mask against as I punch myself in the nose just now, one phantom face mask against the Ravens last week, Bengals might be at 500 right now. So I'm just trying to say, like, yes, Dallas is a dumpster fire. So are the Giants. And so are the Jaguars. And did Nick Sirianni get a little too big for his britches against the Jaguars? Oh, you know he did. And I'm not counting that Cleveland game. I've yelled at Chris about this 7 times. If CJ and Quinyon didn't run into each other, that pick ends that drive, there's no field goal. And if that ball is to the left, if that kick is to the left a quarter of an inch, there's no blocked field goal, just a miss, and the Eagles win like 24-7. So, or 23-3. There's no conversation about this. So the biggest thing about this Eagles team is they're winning the right way, they're winning games, they're doing the right things. The only game they kind of look like a little shaky was Jacksonville. But there were a lot of like plays that they should have done correctly, mistakes they made, calls that went the Jacksonville's way. It was a lot of weird things that happened that kind of let them get back in that game, and a lot of bad calls, lack of extra points, all that stuff. Anyway, also Jake Elliott never misses over 50 yards. The fact that he did, anomaly. But you are right. Their hardest team they played all year was week 1 against Green Bay in a neutral site in freaking Brazil. So I will say this. This is our biggest test of the year so far besides Green Bay. It should be fun. No Marshawn Lattimore, which makes me happy because I despise him anyway. So this is from his New Orleans days. Even though I wanted to see Devontae Smith try to break his ankles, I'll settle for going after St. Juice again. Deej, what do you think about this game tonight?
Surprised the Eagles only got the favor by 4. When you look at it on paper, they should be able to counteract everything the Commanders do pretty comfortably. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis eliminate everything from the guard center guard spot. If any type of inside running, they eliminate. Nolan Smith and Nakobe Dean, they should be able to eliminate the Jay Daniels run. Defensive backs, good luck everybody besides Scary Terry. I mean, you got the Ku Klux clamps with Cooper DeJean and Reed Blankenship. Good luck getting open with there.
Good
Leon
Lord.
Mitchell. So there's no milk check out there. And then
Mr. Lockdown. I want to see Q up against McLaurin. That is the matchup I want to see tonight.
There's everything points to their way, but I do have worries that I know Nick Sirianni, I know he's your boy, but sometimes he coaches himself out of good situations. He's sometimes
the same breed as Dan Campbell, just less yelling and more weird analogies.
I prefer Dan Campbell's biting kneecaps and Nick Sirianni's sometimes the weird stuff he does. Sometimes when he goes for it, he shouldn't go for it.
It's the same breed of coach, just different sides of the coin. I've been telling people that for years, the same type. Listen, Dan Campbell's play calling cost them a Super Bowl appearance. Nick Sirianni's almost lost them a game against the Jaguars. I'm not, and here's the thing. It's like Sirianni's been to the big game. Campbell has not yet. Campbell also had a lot more to rebuild, so I will give him that credit. But also, he's the best team in football right now. Anyway, I agree. It's going to be an interesting game. I agree with you. I like the take, though. I want to see how they handle Daniels' scrambling. That's what's got me intrigued.
Absolutely. When you have guys that can keep up with them, I think that's where they have what should be an X factor. Assuming Nakobe Dean doesn't run himself out of the play too fast, or Noel Smith doesn't run too far up the field. And then the fun part's going to be And then the fun's going to be Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen versus the inevitable tush push, brotherly shove. Everyone grab Jalen's ass and escort him, whatever you want to call it. I look forward to seeing those collisions in the middle.
Yeah, give him a slap in the butt. Swing him in there. Put him in there. Yes, sir.
The old good game.
Nate, go back in your box.
Okay.
This feels like we need to call CPS or something. Like I feel like this should not be how this works.
CPS on who? Me?
The boy's 23 years old, man.
Sorry, APS.
Oh, Asian Protective Services.
I was talking about adult, but okay, that works too.
All right, you know what, Nate, you did miss.
All right, you're welcome back.
Thank you,
Nate, you're welcome up in Canada. No problem there.
I appreciate you, man. I'm excited.
60% taxes. Oh, I'm sorry, last one.
Be sure to bring a winter coat because their summer is going to be like your winter.
Yeah, if you're cold in California,
DJ, it is colder where me and Matt are than it is where Brett is right now.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I'm just saying where Nate is at, where the cold is.
Oh, yeah, where Nate is at.
He's not ready. He's going to die if he goes to where Brent or you guys are.
It's probably like 55 where Nate is right now.
With a slight breeze, and meanwhile, he has 17 layers on.
It's going to say 62, and I'm going to laugh as my laugh.
Yeah, you know what, Nate? What's the temperature?
It's 59, guys.
Nate.
Oh, my God.
That's because he's got the air conditioning on as his house, for Christ's sake.
I don't know. It was raining outside, man.
You're in a tank top and a bandana weather, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Turn the AC off, man. Jesus.
I got 2 hoodies on. I'm still cold.
Dude, I one time literally walked out of my mailbox in basketball shorts and flip-flops and shirtless in this kind of weather.
Yeah.
Well, then again, there's a little bit of a size difference between me and Nate, a little more insulation.
Just a bit.
Just a little bit. Anyway, I guess we'll go around the horn here because obviously this is the first game of the six-pack. I want one bold prediction and your winner tonight. Matthew, who you taking?
So I'm gonna take Philly to win. See, I don't know if I have a bold prediction. Here's my thing. The Eagles have the number 3 ranked passing defense. The Commanders have the number 5 ranked passing defense. So both have very strong passing defenses. The kicker here, if you will, pun intended, the Commanders have the 28th ranked rushing defense. They allow 142 yards, 142.1 rushing yards per game. They've given up 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. I wouldn't say the bold prediction, but the key to victory here would be to just get Saquon moving early and just don't stop feeding him that ball, because the Commanders can't stop a run for their life, but they could stop the pass. So if they can get the ball running, I think that's the key to victory for them. So I'm taking Philly here. And like kind of what DJ was saying, as long as Nate Sirianni doesn't go for every 4th down. I know you compare it to Dan Campbell, but sometimes it gives Jason Garrett vibes, and it really drives me crazy. So as long as he doesn't completely go for every 4th down, but if he has a 2-score lead, that's fine. I'll allow it.
I still think my favorite thing is that Jason Garrett now has become a diehard Eagles fan because of how Jerry and the boys did him when they kicked him out of town.
Remember that time he became the Giants?
He picks Philadelphia every time he's on air. It is when it also the bottom is when he picks Philadelphia, they win. That's the best part about it.
I miss Jason Garrett, man. He was so cool on the Giants. I remember when we got him, I was super excited. I was like, damn, we got a Cowboys coach as our offensive coordinator. Hell yeah.
I love how he just like recalibrate what the compliment was gonna be when he said it.
Still couldn't get the fourth down.
What? You were happy that you got a like how I forget how
Hell yeah.
what? You were happy you got a Cowboys coach.
Because Garrett, man, was a great name, man. It was a notable name, boss. Shoot.
You gotta realize the Giants have turned into a poverty franchise since 2016. So,
King of a third world country. Here you go. Unbelievable.
I've gone through a lot of crap as a Giants fan, man. I'm happy about stuff like that.
DJ, bold take and your prediction for the winner.
Eagles win. Commanders cover since the Eagles haven't covered at home in like 10 consecutive games, not including Brazil as favorites. And then bold prediction, Jahan Dotson gets his over for receiving yards because next year Yanni's a little bit petty and we'll be sure to give Jahan Dotson a little bit of revenge.
That was my take. I was going to say Jahan Dotson is going to catch a touchdown tonight.
Okay, that you can still have that because his receiving yards is 7.5. So I don't have him doing much to get the over. I have him catching a pass basically to hit that over.
I love how like he's hit the over on that. Then like I think last week he had a 30-yard catch. He gets like 1 or 2 balls a game and he doesn't miss on them. The problem is like the Eagles run the ball 29 times a game. So he
throw it to Devontae and AJ the other 12 times. Yeah, it's like not a whole lot to go around.
You have 2 guys who thrive off of multiple catches. It's not like you have like Deshaun who needs 3 catches and he'll do 110 on the year. So it's a little different. But
he's
I will take.
He's plus 650 for an anytime touchdown, or he's plus 3,000 if you want to take the first touchdown.
Do it.
So I'm taking both Devontae and John. I'm putting in separate bets on them to do first because something tells me a little bootleg, like goal line bootleg from Hurts, dump it off to Dots in the back of the end zone, kind of like they used to do with like Golden Tate Wackers on Philadelphia or Greg Ward, kind of same vibe. I could so see that happening.
What's going to happen is Dotson or Smith's going to get down to the 1. He's going to get tackled at the 1. Then they're going to tush push, and you're both going to blow a gasket.
Probably. Either way, one bold prediction I have tonight is you're going to have Quinyon Mitchell, and either Quinyon Mitchell or Cooper DeJean is going to have their first career interception tonight. We've talked so much about Jaden Daniels' immense accuracy. I believe against the Bengals, didn't he start like 18 for 18? It was something ridiculous like that on my football. I think the biggest thing is Philadelphia's pass rush is not elite, but it causes pure chaos. You have guys like Nakobe Dean and Zach Bond running around like little heat-seeking missiles trying to hit everybody. Bryce Huff has apparently remembered how to rush the passer, and Josh Sweat subtly is having a Pro Bowl caliber season. And then also there's those 2 monsters in the middle that nobody really talks about enough, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. On the back end of that, I don't even know if Darius Slay's playing. It doesn't really matter because Isaiah Rodgers had an amazing season, and nobody's talking about it. CJ DeJean, the Eagles defense, honestly, Vic Fangio, his biggest problem is he waits till the 3rd drive to make his adjustments, and then the lockdown starts. But it's always the first 2 drives where he gives up the score, and they figures out, oh, this is what we got to do to stop them. Okay, but I think tonight Daniels will throw his interception or 2, one of them being picked off by one of the rookies. My money is on on Mitchell. I feel like he's going to try to fit one into Terry. That's going to be not a good throw. And finally, Q is going to get his first pick after he's dropped about 5 interceptions already this year. So that is my prediction. Also, I'll throw a bonus one in there. Give me Nolan Smith for 2 sacks tonight. There's nobody on that Commanders O-line that has the speed to keep up with Nolan Smith. So Eagles, go Birds. Eagles win on Devontae Smith's birthday. I believe, Nate, that leaves you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got Eagles, fly. And, yeah, give me Saquon to rush for over 100 and 2 touchdowns.
Nice.
I miss you, Saquon. I miss you, buddy, but it's okay.
He doesn't miss you.
I know he doesn't.
It's not you. It's them.
Yeah.
See, Nate, I appreciate the fact that you are a respectful Saquon fan. You and Dom both. I've had to deal with a lot of people this year who've been like, yo, F Saquon, bro. He left us, bro. It's like, dude, Joe Shane basically dissed him on national television.
My entire wife's family that are all Giants fans.
Tell him,
really?
just show him that, Matt. I know that I know, like I am a. There's mixed opinions about me in your household, in your family. Please just show them the clip of Joe Shane dissing Saquon Barkley and say, how are you supposed to go back to that?
There's no mixed feelings. Nobody dislikes you.
No, sorry, wrong family. They love me.
I was going to say, nobody has an issue with you and my family.
I'm trying. That's my mistake.
They do now.
Yeah, probably. No. Honestly,
they're all talking behind us. What the hell's going on here?
No. Okay, no. So one of my other very close friends, their family either loves me or hates me, and it's totally for political reasons. It's nothing to do with sports.
No,
and it's not. Yeah, it's one of my buddies from up north. So it's a very mixed feelings about me because of who I am as a person. Matt's family loves me, and B's family loves me, so it's all good.
Yeah, as long as you're a good time, that's all they matter. That's all they care.
Yeah, I kept, and you know what? I know you and B were proud of me. I kept my mouth shut about politics the entire birthday party.
Speaking of which,
I had so many fighters in me, I wouldn't even notice.
What'd you say? The spread's what?
Now 4.5. So people are leaning towards the Eagles a little bit.
Even though the money's still 60-40, which still is making my brain hurt. Let's
get
all right. Chris took the Birds. We're moving on. We're going to college ball. So we got to do it because, sponsorships and all. It's time to crack a six-pack presented by the folks over at SeatGeek. Promo code BellyUp Sports for $20 off your first purchase at checkout. First only. Just remember that. So if you never try SeatGeek, you're about to get $20 off your first purchase. I used it to get some good tickets for a rock concert. Very, very nice. All right. We're going to the Atlantic Conference. I say that because I hate this conference and I hate that my team's in it. 2 teams I despise. Clemson at Pitt. Chrissy took this as his upset. He took Pitt. I'm gonna utter the words of Pat McAfee's alma mater. West Virginia, eat shit, Pitt. Go for once and one time only. We're gonna go with my grandfather's alma mater. Going with Clemson.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with your trend right now. It's actually now on Fanatics. It's Clemson minus 11.5.
It's bumped. Both lines bumped, which I also because the South Carolina one went up too.
Yeah, I'm not a Pitt believer. I'm gonna stick with not the hot hand. I'll stick with the favorite here, and I'm gonna take Clemson.
All right, Nathan.
Give me Clemson.
All right, we're all rolling against the Chris then.
Did you also pick Eagles, Nate? Or
yes, sir, I did. Fly Eagles, fly today.
We all lose.
All right, Nate, are you keeping track? Because Chrissy's obviously not paying attention. So
darn right I am.
Cool. All right, Brett, who you got tonight? Who you got Saturday? Clemson or Pitt?
Clemson. It's at that point of the season where the big boys show up a little bit more and Clemson wins. And thanks for asking me about my game for tonight. Barkley runs for 2. Actually, Barkley runs for 3. Barkley runs for 3.
Yep.
But
no, I'm feeling a jackass.
No, don't worry about it. I'm Canadian, so don't worry. I feel I'm you guys' little brother. It's no big deal. So I'm used to it. It's no big deal. But Daniels throws for 2, runs for 2 of his own. Commanders win 28-21.
Okay, now I take back all apologies.
Damn.
If you'd have asked me like 15 minutes ago, I probably had a different take, but no, whatever. I'm just kidding. No, but Clemson wins this game tonight or on Saturday.
Okay, so
it's just Pitt.
Here's my weird feeling, and DJ, I want you to go. And then I'll kind of have a weird take about this. But DJ, go. Who you got? Clemson or Pitt?
Clemson wins and they cover. This is the type of game they just win even when they stink.
Yeah.
So I have a buddy of mine. He is in the Air Force. He did his ROTC at Pitt. And he has this theory. He texted me after Pitt upset Miami in 2017 when they were, number 2 in the nation and Pitt was unranked and a garbage record. And I texted him and I'm like, hey, that Pitt upset theory, what you got? And he goes, basically they have to be a garbage team and they have to have like a top 5 or top 10 team coming in. And Clemson's only ranked 20th, and Pitt's actually kind of decent this year record wise. He goes, no. He goes, do not take Pitt tonight. Do not pick Pitt tonight on the show. I'm like, okay, good enough for me. Take it from the insider. So that's my story. Because I've gotten texts about every time Pitt's good, they are terrible when it comes to taking on good teams. When they're bad, if Clemson was ranked 5 spots higher and Pitt had 3 more losses, I would roll with Pitt an upset pick in high fashion. But the theory is alive. That is why I went with Clemson tonight. Also, I think their defense is very good. I think Cade Klubnik is the most overrated quarterback in college football this year, but that is a whole different argument. All right.
In a world where Carson Beck exists, what is this?
Carson Beck is, I've been saying he's been terrible since week 1. So I don't understand where, like, this is, I've been crapping on Carson Beck. I basically said he's Jake Fromm with a hotter girlfriend. That's literally what I called him week 1.
You act like I disagreed with you. I'm just saying he's more.
I know you
he has
do.
expectations.
I think we had this conversation at the fantasy football conference why I didn't like Georgia this year.
No, we agree. I'm just saying it's Carson Beck at the top for overrated, then Cade Klubnik. There are levels to this. We got to give Carson Beck his due. It's even the categories with me.
Yep, I know. Hi, Boo Bear.
Yeah, Boo Bear. Thanks for agreeing with me, buddy.
It's a shame.
Oh, DJ, tomorrow. You know what happens tomorrow?
A lot of things, but I think you have something in particular. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I'm going to kick you out of the box. I'm going to kick you out immediately. For that one. Nope.
What is he going to say?
Nope.
Every Friday.
Not talking
about it. Oh, what Nate asked you to sing before. Never mind. All right.
He's looking forward to our mid-off on Sunday.
We're going to the Southeast Conference. Brent, since I've disrespected you by missing your picks,
oh, no disrespect. We're your guys' little brothers. No big deal. We rely on you as 100 all the time. You know what? I think that this game is actually going to be really good. I thought that Georgia's going to have a bounce back game from their loss last week with Ole Miss, but they're going to be playing with really tight buttholes because they have to win this game. They are like they're going to be playing tight, like but they're at home. I think this game's up, but I'm going to take Tennessee to beat to win the game, but not cover. I think Tennessee wins just because it's going to be a really tight, but it's going to be a one-score game. Tennessee's going to win that game, but Georgia covers.
I like it. Deej.
Georgia has to win, otherwise their season's over.
Yeah.
Tennessee, if they lose, there's a chance they can still finagle their way back because then they just get into that puddle of 2 lost teams. So I'm going to say Georgia will find a way to win, but they're not covering that 10-point favorites. Like they'll win by 1 or 2 or 3 or something goofy. Like they'll survive, but they're like Brent said, those buttholes are going to be Alcatraz.
Fucker it up, Loctite.
I've never been to prison, but I've heard stories that sometimes that's another podcast.
Neither have I, but I've seen the movie with Sean Connery. So.
The Rock.
There it is. Yeah, that's.
So, I'm gonna go with Tennessee as my upset pick. I really don't like Georgia's defense. Only beat Texas because Texas didn't know how to adjust to 2 good edge rushers. Tennessee's quarterback play is more athletic than Texas is, and they have, I guess, better off outside weapons. Texas has better running backs. We knew this. I think Tennessee is going to catch them a little bit because, like you said, they're going to be puckered up a little tight there, Brett. And I think this, we talked about when is Kirby going to really Kirby it up in the regular season. He's always had great regular season teams. He always kind of does the Georgia thing and falls apart in the end. I think this is the year where they don't even make it to the dance. And I think this is the game that knocks them out.
I'm in with you that way too. Like it just seems
there's something weird about Tennessee, man. They're not an amazing team, but they're just fun and exciting, and they have the energy and athleticism to beat a team like Georgia, which honestly kind of seems to scrape by. Like they should have stomped Florida, and that game took a while before they pulled away. And I'm watching that game, and I'm like, all right, this team is not winning the national title because Miami, who Brett made a joke about not winning the national title, stomped Florida. They pulled the dogs off, and then Florida started scoring with DJ Lagway. Georgia had an issue with them. So I'm like, okay, all right. Well, so that was my thinking. Also, they lost to Alabama, the same Alabama team that lost to Tennessee, same Alabama team lost to Vandy. So, and also if I recall correctly, Georgia almost lost to Vandy as well. So it was a very close game. So this is my thing. I think Georgia this year is just hanging on by a thread, and this is the game that snaps it. I think Tennessee's going to pull this one out. Deej, what you got?
I just picked. I have.
Georgia that's right. Sorry, Nate.
Sorry.
Look, man, Carson Beck looks like crap, and the fact that I saw his. Okay. It's okay. Don't want to get myself, fired on this show. Look, he struggled last week against Ole Miss. He's facing a Tennessee team that's pretty freaking good, so that's give me Tennessee. Oh wait, no, someone used this as an upset pick, didn't they already?
I did.
Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, just give me Tennessee regardless.
All right. Well, I appreciate your pulling the trigger there, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going next. Actually, no.
What does he got on you, Nate? You're calling him sir. Don't get fired. What's happening here? There's something behind the scenes that I'm not aware of here. I think we got to get you a better agent, Nate. Like something's going on, man.
Sir, nobody else does that, and I appreciate. I like.
I know you demand respect. I understand that.
I've never asked him to call me that ever. That's all him. I honestly
I was raised to be that way. You feel me?
Also, by the way, every member of the Korner Booth team has yelled at me at one point, either through text or over phone call. Some of them multiple times a day. Matthew. The Browns me and Matt have been friends for over a decade, so this is where the yelling comes in.
All right. Well, with this, I think I'm the last one to pick. So with this game, there's not a lot of soaps going to be dropped here. So I'm going to take in a tight one. I'm going to take Georgia in a must-win game at home to keep their playoff hopes alive. I'm going to take Georgia here to squeak out a victory, pun intended, and get this W.
Have y'all dropped the soap before or no?
No.
I use body wash.
Hey, same. I feel you, DJ.
Yeah, I use a loofah, so I don't have to worry about that. You just put it right around your wrist, and it'll never drop.
Yeah, true. How about you, Brent?
Do a handstand in the shower and do it. It takes care of everything. Don't worry about it.
Except for the downspout.
What about you, Jared? Body wash?
Why are you so interested in how everybody here showers?
I'm a body wash guy. Yeah,
I'm a bar of soap guy, but I got pretty good hands, man. I'm like D-Hop. I don't drop shit.
All right.
Well, 4 bars of soap just in case one drops. I just pick up the next one.
Oh, prepared.
We got to move on. I don't remember who did Chris take in this one, by the way.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
This was the wrong way, real quickly.
Chris took. Where's his picks? He took Georgia.
All right. All right. Next up, we're switching over to my dudes over in Columbia. Mizzou, the bane of my existence, taking on South Carolina. I'm going with my grandfather's other alma mater when he transferred, when he had my mom. This school actually was looking at going to, but could not get into. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking the Cox. Go Cox.
Well, all right.
You sure love them.
You can't fall apart in the middle of it. Damn it. Get back out and try again.
Boo.
I'm gonna roll with Jared here, minus everything that he said. I'm just gonna say that I'm taking South Carolina, and also Nate, Chris took South Carolina also.
But he didn't count as his upset. No, because South Carolina's favorite.
Yeah, he took Pitt as the upset.
Yeah. All right. Brent, South Carolina, Mizzou.
Missouri, last time I was on your guys' show, I talked about Missouri. They're just Missouri. They're irrelevant, whatever. They're good enough, but they're not. No one beats our Cox. Take South Carolina. And to cover.
Yeah, we all love them Cox. Yeah.
At least you finished it right this time.
White, black, all the Cox, bro. Wait, so is it a clean sweep? We all going Cox for sure? Yes.
Well, I haven't got to pick yet because you've interrupted me twice.
Yeah, I was going to let DJ go, buddy.
My fault, man. Well, I assume Cox.
Put it back in the holster, Nate.
Learned
Smiled
what a
like a
box was
donut
2
there.
weeks ago, and now he can't be slowed down. But yeah, so South Carolina wins, but they don't cover. This spread's ridiculous. Just because Missouri stinks, South Carolina's getting a little overrated for the A&M win. They'll win, but they're not winning by 14 plus.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Matt, did you pick it?
Yeah, I took South Carolina.
All right, cool. All right, moving on. We're going to the Pro Bowl. We already talked Eagles Commanders. Going to the one of the best rivalries in my childhood, Steelers Ravens. I looked forward to this game every single year, even as a non-Steelers or Ravens fan, and I always root for the Ravens. I'm picking the Ravens. The Russ Wilson Steelers, they look good. They're playing good ball. George Pickens, just being George Pickens. He's my favorite show in football right now. I sent my cousin, who doesn't watch football a lot, we drafted George Pickens in our me and Kevin's friend league. I said, I just want to expose you to the receiver you have as your number 2 receiver, and just send him a compilation of George Pickens just doing George Pickens things. Everything from the people's elbow in the middle of a game to throwing a dude down by his face mask on the Dallas Cowboys to ridiculous catches, to him watching himself get drafted, all of it. And he was losing. He was laughing. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? I'm like, he is the best thing football has had since Antonio Brown. I am ready for this. But unfortunately, this Ravens team just, I don't know, man. This is actually, you know what? I'm rescinding my pick. I'm going to circle back. Matt, who are you taking?
Well, I think this is actually a Steelers home game. I'm checking right now.
This is my mistake, by the way. I meant to fix this in the 6-pack, and that's not on Nate. I texted the wrong way. I was in a truck driving down the highway when I was voice texting this, okay? So you got to give me credit here.
We're all safety first.
So if the Steelers are
Fury
plus
is a
3
godsend.
home, so the Steelers being plus 3 at home, that counts as an upset, right?
That does technically count. That is scraping the bottom of the barrel, but that is an upset. Still scraping.
This is going to be my upset pick. I'm taking Steelers over the Ravens. So it's going to be a tough game. The rushing defense wise, the Ravens have the number 1 ranked rushing defense. They only allow 73 yards on the ground. They've allowed 7 touchdowns on the season. Steelers are right behind them at 4 with 87.1 yards per game and 7 touchdowns allowed. So it's very even matchup with the run defense. Now, when you go to the passing defense side, the Steelers have the 19th ranked passing defense. They allow 215.6 yards a game with 8 touchdowns. You would think that's pretty bad. But you look at the Ravens. The Ravens are the 32 ranked passing defense team. They give up almost 300 yards through the air with 22 touchdowns on the season. I am going to take Russell Wilson with a couple deep bombs to George Pickens and Mike Williams to topple over the Ravens by a very small margin of 3 or less. But I'm going to roll the dice here and take the Steelers at home as my upset pick over the Ravens.
All right. I am going to stick with my Ravens pick, actually, because I realized that I put my parlay in with Fanatic Sportsbook. So I was like, you know what? Might as well stay stout with it. And I thought about this. Najee Harris is questionable. The Ravens defense has improved the last couple of weeks. And the biggest thing to me is Russell Wilson is unproven against a proven contender, except for the Commanders. We're going to find out tonight if they're legitimate. The Ravens have beaten a lot of decent teams. I'm kind of leaning towards Baltimore only because this game, it kind of feels like, I feel like they're going to split this series. I feel like this is the one that the Ravens are going to take, especially with it being on the road. Something about this feels Baltimore to me, so I'm going to go with the Ravens here. It's going to be quite tight, though. They're probably the Steelers will cover.
Not to jump topics here, but I just got a notification about the Mike Tyson weigh-ins with Jake Paul. So Mike Tyson showed up.
He bit his ear off.
He showed up with tighty whities.
Nice.
And to the weigh-ins and walked right up to Jake Paul. Jake Paul did some weird little arrogant thing where he's on all fours and he crawls up to him and just stands right up in his face. And Mike Tyson slapped the ever-loving crap out of his face. And then they had to separate him, and he was trying to fend off 20 people to get to Jake Paul.
Old school Tyson, 1993. Love it.
We're back. Take Tyson. It's going.
Take Tyson in 2.
I'm taking Tyson in 1, baby. This is over before it started. All right. Who has not picked this yet? Brad, I don't think you've picked yet, have you?
I have not. This one's tough because Lamar Jackson's the second best player in football. Having an MVP type season on it goes, and they're real good. But Pittsburgh at home, and for some reason, and I have no scientific facts or anything, there's a bit of a field test to this one. I think that Russell Wilson's actually going to do something, just like he's got a little resurgence and doing something. So maybe there's just a belly feel on this one with Wilson. Just, you know what? Take the Steelers at home to win this game by a touchdown. Why not?
All right. Brent, I honestly have appreciated your picks tonight because you have been very screw the odds, fire from hip. Your parlay has to be in the tens of thousands for odds right now. And
Christ.
I'm about it right now.
Yeah. I made at least $300 Canadian on this one.
$1.50 American. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Who hasn't picked yet? I believe it's just Nate, right?
Yep.
So the Steelers will cover, but the Ravens will win. And fun
Sorry,
fact,
DJ.
Derrick Henry has yet to go over 80 yards in his career against the Steelers. Weird enough, he's played him 3 times and they've slowed him down. So interesting fact.
DJ, I apologize for forgetting you hadn't picked yet.
I didn't give you time to forget me. We're all good. Nate,
All
you're
right,
up.
Nate, now you're up.
Ravens.
There you go.
Cool.
I got.
All right, now the game of the week. I know y'all ready for this one.
It's a
It's
crime
not
that
the
a
answer of
sports
how the Bills will lose. It's how the refs will screw the Bills, and we'll hear about it tomorrow on Monday morning.
It's a shame that we have to watch Texans Cowboys on Monday night, but we have to waste Chiefs and Bills on a 425 on a Sunday.
No, that Cowboys tire fire is fun to watch.
Yeah, honestly, if there's any
Not
way
as
for
fun as this
CJ
game would be, obviously, but
any way for CJ Stroud to get his mojo back, it would be against the Dallas Cowgirls. So,
man, that team's bad.
oh my lord, the sun is against them now. It's not even just the universe. The sun caused CJ Lamb to miss a wide open
That
touchdown.
Cowboys team wouldn't win the Grey Cup this weekend in Vancouver.
Hey, do not disrespect the Grey Cup. That's some good football
There we go.
right there.
Anyways,
Who's in the Grey Cup, by the way? I'm not paying attention this year at all.
I don't know.
Listen, I have respect for Canadian football. The rules confuse the hell out of me, but it is fun.
It's an athletic game. It's fun to watch.
I've stumbled on it a few times, watching, just scrolling channels.
Toronto, Winnipeg. It's Toronto, Winnipeg. The
Ooh,
Blue Bombers
okay,
against the Alouettes. Big one. Oh,
Go, give me Blue Bombers. Here we go.
give me the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Yeah.
Literally used to have one of the most explosive passing offenses in the league. So I do remember that from back in the day. The name lived up to the likeness. All right. I will lead it off. Listen, I saw a theory today. The Bills have to lose to the Chiefs, so the Chiefs lose next week to the Panthers, which would be the greatest thing of all time. But fellas, Patrick Mahomes doesn't get memed like that. If he's gonna lose to somebody he's wrong. It's almost like the Nemesis system in the old Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor games. It's gonna be like somebody's personal, and nothing's more personal than Josh Allen and the times he screwed Josh Allen over. This Bills team is rolling. I think Cooper's playing. Keon Coleman is questionable. This Bills offense doesn't matter who they're playing out. They're scoring points. Josh Allen is in his "I'm the best quarterback in football" era. Give me the Bills to win. This line is almost accurate. It may be a 2-point game, but give me the Bills to win. Deej.
Anytime I get the Chiefs with points, I'm going to take it at this point. Until someone beats them and they're going to get points, I'm going to take it. I will take my chance with that one, so give me the Chiefs.
All right. Brett.
DJ, I agree with you. This one's so tough, but I just think that eventually the mistakes are going to catch up with Kansas City, and we, like you talked, Jared, the referees have been kind of on the side on
kind of penalties called to them this year, by the way.
Right, just been one of those things. It's been odd, but I think the 72 Dolphins are going to be safe after Sunday. I think the Bills win by a lot. I think there's a lot of mistakes in this game, like a lot, and a lot of things are going to come out in the open on this one. Because I'm like I said the last time I was on with you guys, Mahomes is the best player in football, and Reed's the best coach, and they're tough to beat. But they've been because it's hard once you get rolling. It's hard to stop the roll. But I think the Bills win this one by a lot at home. I really do. I like. Couple 3 scores maybe. Like I think it's going to be a blowout in these two teams. Saying it's not going to be like 30 points by any means. It won't be a Cowboys losing, but I think this one's like a 16-point win by the Bills. I really do.
All right. Who I think both the guests have picked. Matt, you've picked yet? No. Yes.
Not yet. It's tough because if you look at it with the betting odds. The Chiefs being plus 110 money line and the Bills being favored. To me, that's telling me put all of their money on Kansas City and the Bills are going to win and everybody's going to lose the money. Vegas is going to make money. But I am not biting the bait, but I'm just not following that trend right now. The Chiefs got a good defense. They have some weird miscues on offense. Patrick Mahomes is not having a Patrick Mahomes statistical season. A lot of banged up people on that Bills offense, but they still figure out how to get things done. I'm going to take the Chiefs to improve to 10-0. It's just tough to bet against them. This is the Bills. There's a few teams, in my opinion, in the AFC that can beat the Chiefs. Bills are one of them. Steelers are another, but I'm going to take the Chiefs here for the regular season matchup.
All right. We're going to upsets and actually, Nate's got to go. Nate, we got Chiefs Bills.
The Chiefs got to lose at some point, and why not this week? So give me Buffalo.
All right. Chris took Texas as his gimme. I believe Matt and Nate, the only ones have to take. Matt, did you take? No. Only Nate has to take an upset outside the 6-pack. So Nate, we'll give you time. I'll take my gimme. I'm taking Ohio State to knock off Northwestern. I actually took them to cover my parlay, so this should be interesting. Totally gonna screw me. Matt, who's your gimme?
My gimme is Texas A&M over New Mexico State.
All right.
Why do you make them go? Like, just,
I know, right? Brett and DJ, any games you got to lock on for an easy win or upsets you could see happen we didn't talk about yet? Floor is yours.
No, I got a lot, but it's just too much to talk. Like there's 1,000 things. We got to watch the game. I could talk for 3 hours.
Yeah, I know. We're trying. We'll be out here in about 2 minutes.
No.
I will say this. I just made the best phone catch of all time. Almost won my beer. Watch out for BYU this week. Upset alert. Like, I don't know if they're gonna lose, but I would take. I forget who they're playing, but I was something. Kansas. Kansas is gonna cover. That's my line tonight. I kind of have a feeling Kansas is gonna cover. So. Oh, great. Our guard's already hurt. Awesome. All right.
It's okay, guys. Jahan Dotson already got the over on receiving yards. So
there we go. All right. Nate, you got an upset for me?
Yes. Shit. San Jose State over Boise State.
Why do you keep picking?
What?
Stop it.
What? That's my
It's not going to happen. That's a throwaway. I just gave you a good one. Take Kansas over BYU.
I believe in my school. They're
going to lose by 30. You're wasting a pick. Anyway, all right.
I'm gonna clip this. I'm gonna clip this for next week if we win.
All right. I listen, clip it. I want to hear it. All right.
Yeah, right. But go Spartans, and we at home.
That don't mean crap. What are you guys playing? A soccer stadium? Come on. All right.
We got suites.
Yeah, 3 of them.All right. Brent,
lawn chairs and picnic tables.
Guys, amazing content.
1420 Sports Bar Podcast. 4 Beer Sports talking a whole lot more. A couple times a week we get around, kind of like you guys, have some beers and laughs and throw out some ridiculous hot takes and just see where they fly. Throw no crap on the wall, something's bound to stick.
Love it. All right, you can check. Also, indeed, you can find DJ and our boy Kelsey, the Terminator of parlays, at Everything High Low Sports. They just went live yesterday, 8 o'clock. You can find Nate at the Third and 10 podcast as well as Coach's Corner. And you can find the rest of us morons at Everything Corner Booth Pod. Obviously, our Monday show is usually on Mondays. We went Tuesday this week because I just didn't feel like doing a Monday show. Usually it's Monday 6:30 live on our Instagram, our YouTube, and our Twitter. And of course, our Thursday shows are live on Bellyup's Facebook and Bellyup's YouTube, as well as Corner Booth's Twitter and Corner Booth's Instagram. We appreciate you guys stopping by. Shout out to our sponsors, Cannabis.com, promo code Bellyups for 20% off. SeatGeek, official sponsor of Nate, not Chris's penalty box. Promo code, actually, no, it's Righteous Felon. But promo code Bellyup for 15% off your purchase at righteousfelon.com at your checkout. And of course, the sponsor of the Six Pack, SeatGeek, promo code Bellyup Sports for $20 off your first initial purchase. We will see you folks on Monday. Jalen Hurts just hit a 23-yard bomb to A.J. Brown. Eagles are inside the red zone or just outside of it. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. I actually think I might post a show on our podcast feed because honestly, it was very funny audio-wise. So we will see you guys on Monday. Shout out to Brett and DJ for stopping by. Shout out quickly to Chris, Samir, Nate, Matt, Savannah, Mark, JD, Mason, Grayson, and everyone else who has helped.
Kevin.
And Kevin. I almost forgot about Kevin.
Damn,
again. For how much they've meant to this show and how much they've helped this show. It wouldn't be the same without you guys. I appreciate all of you. And of course, to all of our guests, Brent, DJ, Kelsey, Hector, Duck, even as random as like that one time Jabberjaw came on. It's so many guys and girls who have helped out our show and been awesome guests, co-hosts, whatever. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. 6 years, 400 plus episodes for keeping the dream alive, and I appreciate all of you, and thank you. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Go Birds. Or Monday, Go Birds.